Ouais. Donc, nous allons reprendre. Je vous invite à mettre vos casques d'interprétation. J'ai quelques petits messages d'information à vous transmettre. Je prends les relais comme maître de cérémonie pour quelques minutes pour la séance de la déclaration finale. Donc, premièrement, ce soir, à 19h, le RECEF est heureux d'offrir le dîner à l'ensemble des participants au restaurant de l'hôtel ici. Donc, nous vous attendons à 19h à vous joindre à nous pour ce repas. Deuxièmement, demain, le programme pour les pays membres du RECEF ou les pays qui souhaiteraient assister pour l'Assemblée générale. Je sais qu'il y a également une autre activité qui se déroulera en parallèle, donc un séminaire sur les élections européennes pour tous les autres participants qui ne seront pas à l'Assemblée générale. Donc, ce sera dans une autre salle. Je ne connais pas le nom de la salle, mais on pourra vous l'indiquer au moment venu. Aussi, demain, enfin, après à l'hôtel ici, plutôt que 14h, donc on devance un petit peu, il y aura une visite culturelle qui se fera dans 2 châteaux. Donc, premièrement, ici à Sinaia, qui est le château, l'ancienne résidence du roi de la Roumanie. J'espère que je ne dis pas de bêtises. Et ensuite, une visite au château de Bran, qui est une localité qui est située à environ 1h15 de voiture d'ici. Donc, le château de Bran est un château célèbre qui a notamment accueilli la légende de Dracula. Donc, l'ensemble de ces 2 visites devrait prendre un tour à l'hôtel vers 20h environ pour inclure l'ensemble des visites et les temps de transport. Donc, pour certains participants, peut-être que ça peut être long comme visite culturelle, donc et puis revenir à l'hôtel par la suite pour des questions logistiques, si vous avez un vol à prendre ou si vous souhaitez vous reposer. Nous vous invitons à l'indiquer à la table derrière la salle à nos collègues de la Roumanie et puis ils vont constituer 2 équipes. Une équipe qui visitera les 2 châteaux et une équipe qui visitera un seul château. Voilà. Donc, est-ce que j'avais d'autres messages à communiquer? J'ai fait les communications. Donc, sans plus tarder, je vais céder la parole aux membres du bureau du RECEF qui vont animer le projet de la séance finalement d'adoption et de discussion sur la déclaration finale du RECEF. Juste pour vous mettre peut-être en contexte, pour les autres pays, c'est une tradition que nous faisons à chaque séminaire. Nous en excusons. Le texte présentement qui sera adopté par l'ensemble des participants est seulement en français à l'écran. Par contre, les interprètes pourront lire avec vous, dans les 4 langues, les textes un à un de chacun des paragraphes pour que vous puissiez quand même comprendre de quoi il est question. Je vous remercie.
Merci bien, Simon. Comme il a si bien dit, et au terme de chaque séminaire, nous présentons qui est validé par l'ensemble des séminaristes. C'est là qu'il y a un projet qui est fait, encore une fois par le secrétariat général, le dynamique, et je vais, s'il y a des suggestions, de les faire pour que nous puissions, au terme de la lecture, sinon au terme en tout cas des échanges, valider cette déclaration. Catherine, vous avez la parole.
Merci, Général. Alors, ce texte fait 50 pages. Non. Non, le texte fait 2 pages. Alors, vous êtes prêts? Il y a un examen. Alors, nous, membres représentants des organismes de gestion des élections du réseau des compétences électorales francophones, réunis à Sinaia les 5 et 6 juin 2019 dans le cadre du séminaire international d'échange ayant pour terme la participation électorale et l'éducation à la démocratie, en présence de l'Organisation internationale de la francophonie et d'autres partenaires internationaux, réitérant notre attachement à la déclaration de Bamako adoptée le 3 novembre 2000 dans le cadre du symposium sur le bilan des pratiques de la démocratie, des droits et des libertés dans l'espace francophone, et à la Déclaration universelle des droits de l'homme adoptée le 10 décembre 1948, en nous appuyant sur les travaux du séminaire qui ont contribué à la réflexion sur les enjeux de la participation électorale et de l'éducation à la démocratie, considérant les échanges de bonnes pratiques qui ont permis d'approfondir les connaissances en relation avec la participation électorale et l'éducation à travers 5 ateliers de travail, à savoir la participation électorale, un enjeu contemporain et mondial, la participation électorale et la consolidation d'une culture démocratique, stimuler la participation électorale, pouvoir et limites des organismes de gestion des élections, l'éducation pour et construire une culture plus porteuse d'un cadre légal garantissant les droits électoraux des citoyens, aux organismes de gestion des élections, aux acteurs des processus électoraux, aux organisations internationales, en conformité avec le contexte historique et socio-économique des pays membres et en considérant les nationales, les facteurs des électrices et des électeurs pour agir sur les déterminants et des mesures visant un plus grand accès au vote. Poursuivre la réflexion et l'échange de bonnes pratiques relativement aux mesures incitatives favorisant le vote massif et les moyens pour contrer les attitudes de désengagement et de cynisme. Recommandons d'explorer les pistes de solutions pour contrer la désinformation. Nous recommandons également de considérer l'éducation à la démocratie comme un investissement dans l'avenir des sociétés, de poursuivre également le développement d'une culture démocratique dès le plus jeune âge. Et enfin, d'encourager les gouvernements à mettre en place les conditions favorables au développement et à l'enracinement, le mot n'est pas là, mais on va l'ajouter, et à l'enracinement d'une culture démocratique. Et en terminant, en exprimant nos sincères remerciements au peuple roumain et à son gouvernement, à l'Autorité électorale permanente de la Roumanie et à l'organisation pour leur appui respectif à l'organisation de cet événement qui a permis aux participantes et aux participants d'échanger et d'enrichir leurs connaissances sur la participation électorale et l'éducation à la démocratie. Donc, voilà le projet de déclaration. Alors, est-ce que ce projet vous convient? Vous pouvez dire « oui, je le veux ». Oui, nous avons... Monsieur Oquet.
Merci. Le projet, je n'ai rien contre. J'ai un petit problème de style. Considérant, vous voyez le premier point, participation. La participation est brutalement stimulée. Alors, est-ce qu'on ne peut pas harmoniser un peu la stimulation pour qu'on puisse...
On m'informe que c'est le titre des ateliers tel que contenu actuellement dans le programme.
D'accord.
Il y avait une autre intervention. Parfait. Monsieur Souna?
Merci. Pour le deuxième considérant, on a vision qui sont tout aussi efficaces dans le cadre sur les droits civils et politiques. Je suggère qu'on les ajoute si vous ne voyez pas d'inconvénient, sinon.
Ok. Dans une certaine mesure, je suis d'accord avec lui, mais je voudrais dire qu'il s'agit du pacte international pour les droits civils et politiques qui a une portée moins importante que la Déclaration universelle. Tous les pays ont souscrit à la Déclaration universelle des droits de l'homme, mais jusqu'à présent, il y a des pays qui n'ont pas encore souscrit au pacte international. Et mieux, la déclaration est a beaucoup plus.
Au point 2, mobiliser les électrices et les électeurs par des campagnes d'information. J'aimerais bien qu'on ajoute formation, parce que quelque part, si il y a des citoyens qui n'ont besoin que d'être sensibilisés, il y en a qui ont vraiment besoin d'être formés. Je pense en particulier à toutes ces questions de bulletin unique, la description du vote, de l'expression du vote, à tous ces votes nuls auxquels on a pu assister à l'occasion des votes avec bulletin, comme paragraphe-là.
Parfait. Ce sera ajouté. Avant de prendre d'autres commentaires, je voulais simplement vous informer là, que les derniers ajustements à cette déclaration ont été apportés ce midi et qu'on procédera à la révision linguistique à notre retour au Québec. Donc, pardonnez les questions de style, là, ce sera fait dans un deuxième temps. Je vous remercie. Alors, c'est un dernier commentaire, Monsieur Fall?
Oui, sur le troisième point, poursuivre la réflexion et l'échange de bonnes pratiques relativement aux mesures incitatives favorisant le vote massif et les moyens pour contrer les attitudes de désengagement et de cynisme. Moi, je considère que le mot cynisme peut être enlevé. Et nous devrions nous limiter à désengagement sur cette phrase. Je vous remercie.
Parfait. Alors, nous retirons le mot cynisme. Monsieur Fall, on souhaite ici obtenir plus d'informations sur les raisons pour lesquelles vous souhaitez qu'on enlève le mot cynisme.
Bon, c'est juste un mot de trop parce que désengagement résume toute la pensée, tout ce que nous voulons dire. Le mot cynisme est un peu trop fort pour moi.
C'est bon, le mot cynisme découle finalement du désengagement ou est un des motifs du désengagement.
C'est cela.
D'accord. Parfait. Alors, voilà, c'est ce qui compléterait cette déclaration. Alors, de retour au Québec, nous procéderons au dernier ajustement et nous vous transmettrons là, cette déclaration pour que ces déclarations puissent inspirer les actions dans vos pays respectifs.
Est-ce que je peux?
Oui, M. Barry, vous aviez un commentaire?
Non, juste comprendre pourquoi vous aviez mis cynisme et pourquoi vous l'enlevez si facilement. Oui.
Le point de M. Fall était que le cynisme est un des éléments du désengagement.
Non, je veux dire vous, ceux qui ont rédigé la déclaration.
Oui.
Pourquoi ils avaient mis cynisme? Parce que c'est ça qu'on doit comprendre avant de l'enlever.
Entendu au cours des derniers jours, et si je ne m'abuse, le mot cynisme a quand même été prononcé à plus d'une reprise. C'est pour cette raison que le mot se trouvait et était proposé dans la déclaration. Voilà.
Peut-être parce que j'ai proposé le projet après la danse, donc j'avais pas toutes mes idées.
Sur le point où il y avait cynisme, là, moi c'est le mot désengagement, je pense que... Des motivations, oui.
Désengagement. Non, désengagement qui intervient parce que c'est vrai, c'est un constat que quelque part, il y a un effort qui a été entrepris et qui est en train de progressivement
Est-ce que vous voulez répéter votre argument dans le...
Oui, excusez-moi, j'ai été un peu intempestif en réagissant comme je l'ai fait. Je voulais tout simplement dire qu'en vérité, c'est de vrais désengagements. Est-ce que c'est un découragement? Est-ce que l'autre mot, c'est comment l'autre mot déjà? Démotivation. Bon, est-ce que c'est un désengagement par démotivation? Est-ce qu'une démotivation qui entraîne le désengagement? Mais le désengagement est là. Parce que pour moi, il y a comme un recul pour le laisser.
Monsieur Salle?
si j'ai proposé il y a personnel, on est en train de démotiver des populations par des actions. Voilà, c'est ça. Parce que c'est plus concret comme ça. C'est démotiver qui me semble. Parce que les moyens, c'est qui? Ce sont des organisations, ce sont des déclarations, c'est les infox qui poussent à démotiver les... Mais l'engagement, ça voudrait dire qu'on s'est engagé et on s'est retiré. Et là, c'est une action très positive, c'est une action très progressive.
Vous connaissez très bien l'esprit de consensus du Québec. Ma proposition est la suivante. Donc, contrer les attitudes de désengagement et la démotivation. Voilà? Parfait, merci. Monsieur Barry, oui, peut-être pour une dernière intervention?
Bon, dans le même sens du consensus, moi j'avais voulu faire une reformulation en disant les attitudes de démotivation qui engendrent le désengagement. Voilà. Qui peuvent engager, mais bon, enfin, je pense que Catherine a fait la bonne synthèse. Merci.
Alors, je vous remercie. Parole à Simon pour la...
On peut, pour cette déclaration, merci, transmettre la déclaration de la ciel qui pourra être transmise présentation, incluant nous vous proposons des institutions minutes, atelier 6, qui se déroule finalement. Donc, la logistique de l'ordinateur. Donc, je vais les manipuler entre chaque pays. Pour commencer, nous allons commencer par une vidéo de la Commission électorale nationale indépendante du Burundi, en accord avec Madame la commissaire.
Le lieu du 12 au 13 mars étaient invités les gouverneurs, les responsables des partis politiques, qui a également tenu à l'endroit de jeunes ont été couvertes et environ 30 000 personnes ont déjà pigné de sensibiliser partenaires électoraux et comportements susceptibles processus
des élections dans la préparation. Et elle a besoin de... C'est ce que nous avons de ces populations. Il faut que les Burundais s'imprègnent, d'autres doivent vivre dans la paix.
Échanges, débats et recommandations sur la relation existante, les conflits liés aux élections, la communication non violente en politique, les dangers de la manipulation en période électorale et l'observation électorale.
Donc, on félicite le Burundi pour cette vidéo. Une vidéo qui nous vient de la commission.
Des 1000 collines, une nation avec une superficie de 26 338 km, dont 5 provinces, 30 districts, et qui abrite plus de 25 ans après un passé tragique. Le Rwanda a engrangé, entre 2001 et 2015, un taux moyen de croissance du PIB réel d'environ 8% par an, égalité entre les sexes. La gouvernance. Le gouvernement actuel a opté pour une gouvernance CNE a été mise en place au Rwanda. La CNE a été instituée par 2000 du 28 novembre 2000, modifiée par la loi numéro 31/2005 du 24 décembre 2000. A recours au programme d'éducation civique, change positivement sa mentalité et adopte des comportements plus favorables à la participation aux efforts de développement inclusif et durable. Travaux communautaires, l'usage des médias et divers groupes cibles. Au fil du temps, la CNE, sans toutefois s'y limiter, politique, la société civile, les médias, les institutions gouvernementales et les partenaires de développement et des organisations sœurs de gestion des élections, OGE. Depuis 2012 à 2017, la Commission nationale électorale a préparé et dispensé une formation électorale. Éducation civique, la Commission nationale électorale a créé un système d'enregistrement biométrique des électeurs, ce qui a renforcé la confiance des citoyens dans le processus électoral. L'éducation civique sur les élections et la démocratie au Rwanda a fortement aidé à promouvoir la culture de la démocratie. Processus
venait d'arriver dans la fenêtre de la Commission nationale indépendante du Niger.
Alliances foraines qui ont commencé le 13 juin 2018 est de taille. Ainsi, pour vous faciliter le mouvement dans la logique d'obtention de ces biens.
C'est où? Je sais pas. On va préserver les secrets d'État.
Badei, ți-am la mare. Șatria.
Vacanță, ordine la voi, tinerii de azi. Dar eu aș avea doar o dorință. Să mă fac din nou de vârsta ta. Să mă implic, să fiu activ, să știu de Constituție, de legi, de proces electoral și de la alegeri să nu lipsesc. Și poate acum trăiam cu toții mai bine și nici peștișorul nu ne mai trebuie. A?
Alegerile libere și corecte depind de fiecare din noi. Fii responsabil și implică-te. Democrația
Je ne parle pas le roumain ni le moldave, qui est une langue apparentée, la même. Mais je me sentais un peu au Québec quand même dans le vidéo avec le feu de camp. C'est très bon. Donc, ça fait le tour de nos contributions. Est-ce que vous vouliez...
Din numele Comisiei Electorale Centrale a Republicii Moldova. În primul rând vreau să mulțumesc organizatorilor pentru evenimentul desfășurat pe parcursul zilei de ieri și de astăzi. Este o experiență frumoasă, precum este și locația perfectă și chiar în pofida ploii de afară, toți ne simțim foarte bine și la fel vreau să mulțumesc pentru oportunitatea de a ne împărtăși cu experiența cu colegii din alte state, din alte autorități electorale. Deci, Comisia Electorală Centrală a Republicii Moldova, împreună cu Centrul de Instruire Continuă în domeniul electoral, care este o subdiviziune a Comisiei Electorale Centrale și se ocupă de instruirea tuturor celor interesați în domeniul electoral, organizează foarte multe campanii de informare. Aceste campanii sunt deosebite prin numărul și complexitatea lor și, desigur, prin instrumentele și prin perioadele extinse de implementare. Desigur că beneficiarii acestor campanii sunt grupurile țintă, cum ar fi tinerii, femeile, persoanele cu dizabilități, minoritățile etnice și diaspora, pentru că în Republica Moldova pot să-și exercite dreptul la vot și cetățenii care sunt plecați sau stabiliți peste hotarele țării. Campaniile de informare sunt lansate și sunt desfășurate pentru a crește interesul cetățenilor pentru procesul electoral, dar și pentru a ridica nivelul de activism. Așa cum vorbeam anterior, am mers prea departe. Așa. Campaniile de informare și educare electorală le organizăm atât în perioada electorală cât și în perioada dintre alegeri. Deci sunt elaborate și difuzate mai multe spoturi video și audio informative prin care este redată procedura de vot. La fel, sunt realizate și multe spoturi motivaționale care sunt anume orientate spre diverse grupuri de alegători, cum ar fi tinerii, persoanele cu dizabilități sau diaspora, pentru că putem constata și noi că la ultimele scrutine naționale tinerii sunt mai pasivi în ceea ce privește participarea la alegeri. Dacă e să ne referim la materialele printabile, putem menționa că și în acest sens avem foarte multe activități. Materialele printabile sunt distribuite la punctele de frontieră pentru cetățenii care traversează frontiera de stat, la diferite sesiuni, conferințe, seminare pentru a informa mai bine cetățenii despre procesele electorale. Așa cum vorbeam, Centrul de Instruire Continuă organizează foarte multe traininguri pentru diversi subiecti electorali și sigur că avem implementată și instruirea la distanță, e-learning, care este mai mult aplicată în perioada electorală pentru a instrui funcționarii electorali. Desigur că sunt organizate foarte multe conferințe și briefinguri de presă, activități orientate spre grupuri separate de alegători, cum ar fi tineri, femei, diaspora, minoritățile etnice. Încă un instrument prin care Comisia Electorală Centrală informează cetățenii este call centru, care este organizat mai ales în perioada de dinaintea alegerilor. Deci este activitatea unor operatori care răspund la toate întrebările alegătorilor, funcționarilor electorali și la anumite neclarități. Mai sunt organizați și diferite personalități care sunt implicați ca ambasadori ai educației electorale. Campaniile de informare și educație electorală dintre alegeri, în perioada dintre alegeri, se realizează prin diferite analize, studii și cercetări, prin care Comisia Electorală Centrală vede unde care sunt punctele forte și care sunt punctele slabe, unde și pe care componente mai trebuie de atras atenția. Sigur că una din activitățile pe care le realizează Comisia Electorală Centrală este și îndemnul către alegători de a-și verifica datele din listele electorale, pentru că și în Moldova unul dintre subiectele sensibile este existența persoanelor decedate în listele electorale și radierea acestora poate fi făcută doar în baza prezentării unui document confirmativ la Oficiul Stării Civile. Ziua Internațională a Alegerilor este organizată în fiecare an, în luna februarie și, sigur, la această sărbătoare sunt implicați tinerii, studenții, elevii pentru a face cunoștință, pentru a împărtăși cât mai multe cunoștință, experiență din domeniul electoral. Ziua Ușilor Deschise este organizată la Comisia Electorală Centrală și la Centrul de Instruire Continuă. Sunt organizate diferite excursii de către elevi, de către studenți, sunt simulate alegeri, sunt organizate diverse concursuri. La fel este organizată și campanie de informare pentru elevii, pentru studenții, pentru tinerii care deja au drept de vot. Următorul slide se referă la activitatea și la tot ceea ce face Comisia Electorală Centrală pentru grupurile țintă, cum ar fi tinerii alegători, așa cum au vorbit și colegii din Canada, dar și alți antivorbitori. Se organizează diferite școli de vară în care sunt implicați tinerii, forumul tinerilor din organizațiile de tineret a partidelor politice pentru a stabili o comunicare și pentru a informa despre necesitatea și importanța votului fiecăruia dintre noi. Sigur că sunt organizate diferite jocuri intelectuale, dar și concursuri de desene și eseuri, așa cum au pomenit și colegii, în cadrul școlilor este organizată săptămâna electorală, deci consiliile electorale de elevi sunt organizate în baza sistemului electoral actual în Republica Moldova. Ziua Tânărului Alegător, la fel, este o activitate, desfășurarea unor laboratoare electorale, filmmaker, care în cadrul acestei activități, iată ce ține de inovator, tinerii din mai multe instituții de învățământ au realizat pagina oficială a Comisiei Electorale, interfața paginii oficiale a Comisiei Electorale Centrale, prin care s-a putut vizualiza rezultatul sau mersul votării în ziua alegerilor din data de 24 februarie 2019. Deci a fost o activitate destul de interesantă și cu rezultat pe măsură. În cadrul altor laboratoare electorale se realizează tot de către tineri diferite spoturi electorale motivaționale pentru tineri. Lecțiile publice sunt una dintre activitățile care sunt practicate foarte des de către membrii Comisiei Electorale Centrale și anume cu tematică electorală. La fel sunt organizate foarte des trainingurile pentru jurnaliști și pentru reprezentanții ONG-urilor, dar și ai partidelor politice. Mai nou vreau să vă prezint Comisia Electorală Centrală a Republicii Moldova. Pe lângă pagina oficială mai deține și o pagină, Votează MD, care are anume scopul de a comunica, de a informa pe tinerii alegători despre tot ce înseamnă procesul electoral, despre alegeri. Este o pagină în care mesajele sunt foarte accesibile pentru toate categoriile de utilizator, inclusiv pentru alegătorii cu deficiențe de vedere. Deci, noi vă așteptăm în Republica Moldova, sunt niște imagini care reflectă frumusețea și natura țării noastre. Vă mulțumesc pentru atenție și vă doresc succes în continuare.
Mulțumesc. Merci. Donc, maintenant, on m'a informé qu'on avait imprimé les copies officielles de la déclaration finale. Donc, j'inviterai à venir devant, ici, le président de l'Autorité Électorale Permanente de la Roumanie, le président du RSF, la secrétaire générale du RSF, ainsi que tous les membres du bureau du RSF pour signer formellement la déclaration, ainsi que pour prendre une photographie officielle de l'événement. Je pense que les 6 vont signer 6 copies, mais je ne suis pas certain.
Tu vas pas signer avec le stylo emprunté
Only one copy? The original? Okay.
Keep the original and send you.
Okay. Yes, yes. No, it's okay for us. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah. Sorry. Staying in front of you. Can we have a photo of all of you together? A group photo? Stați în picioare ca să No, I think you should all stand because it's like you can
Merci beaucoup. Vraiment une belle cérémonie. Maintenant, pour terminer en beauté, je suis certain que toutes les personnes doivent mieux comprendre rapidement comment est-ce possible de faire des élections avec 1 milliard d'électeurs, ou près. Donc, j'inviterai notre représentant de l'Inde à venir nous présenter un court vidéo. Faut en profiter, tandis que l'occasion nous est présentée de parfaire nos connaissances. It's okay? Yeah? Maybe we can.
So, you can. We'll go to the web. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank from the bottom of my heart the organizers and all of you for providing this opportunity to me. Also, I am extremely grateful and thankful on behalf of the Chief Election Commissioner of India, on behalf of the entire Election Commission family, and on behalf of the Delhi office of the Chief Electoral Officer, for the hospitality that has been extended to us, and I have really enjoyed my stay here so far and enjoyed the learning that has come with it, learning by sharing, learning about so many different experiments and different projects. So I'm really very, very thankful. Unlike several of you, I am actually a practitioner. I am a civil servant in India, and right now my assignment is as Chief Electoral Officer of the National Capital Territory of Delhi, which is the capital of India. And as Chief Electoral Officer, my job is to conduct the election. And so we are just fresh from conducting one big election in India. The election to the parliament, the 17th Lok Sabha, has just finished, and we are fresh from that experience. And you know, this black color on my finger, this is the indelible ink that we put when you vote in India. When you go to the polling station and vote, so this ink is put, and this stays there for more than a month. So you can not only enjoy the feeling of having voted, also you cannot vote again. So this is the Election Commission's website. I will show you some of the features later on. But just to give a flavor, just to give a glimpse of what the election is like in India, I want to tell a few things. India has 900 million voters, which is a huge electorate for any country to have. On the day of election, we set up 1 million polling booths all across India. And in order to man these booths and provide the electoral services to the people, about 10 million people work in these booths, and they work to support the electoral process on that day. Apart from this 10 million people, more than 5 million police and central security forces personnel is posted. The election requires heavy deployment of the central paramilitary forces in order to create the sense of, being free from fear and being fully protected, so that the role of muscle power, role of force, intimidation, etc. is eliminated. In the parliament, we have, in the lower house of parliament, for which there is direct election, we have 543 parliamentary seats, MPs, for which the election took place just now. And the election, because such a large exercise cannot be done in one day, so therefore the election was held in 7 phases, in 7 different phases, on 7 different days, in different parts of the country. And the entire exercise took about 39 days. It started on the 10th of March, and then the last phase was on the 19th of May. And the counting of votes was on the 23rd of May. And results came by the night of the 23rd. The voter turnout on which this particular workshop and this conference, international conference, is based, voter turnout in India in this election was 67.4%. So we do not have a very acute problem of low voter turnout. Actually, in some of the states like West Bengal and some other states, the voter turnout was more than 85%. So we have good response to any call for elections amongst the electorate. Of course, in some areas, the voter turnout is not as high, particularly metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Delhi. In metropolitan cities, we see that the voter turnout is less. For example, Delhi, for which I am responsible, the voter turnout was 60.5%. It was a little less than 61%. So we are working on that, and there are continuous efforts to undertake voter education and reach out. Another important feature is that earlier there used to be a wide gap between male participation and female participation in the elections. This time we saw for the first time that there is hardly any gap. In fact, it was 67% turnout for the women also. So there is no gender gap in the voter turnout, but there is a gender gap in voter registration. So that is also an area on which the country is working in a very concerted way. The Election Commission of India is seized of the matter, and we are doing everything. Now, telling about the Election Commission, Election Commission of India came into existence on the 25th of January in 1950. India became independent in 1947, and on the 25th of January in 1950, the Election Commission of India was constituted. And that is why this day of 25th of January every year, we organize as the National Voter Day. As yesterday it was being mentioned that we celebrate the Democracy Day. So this Democracy Day is the National Voter Day that we celebrate every year. And because the Election Commission was set up in 1950, our voter helpline number is 1950. So everybody in the country knows that 1950 is the number to be called if you need any electoral service. The provision for the Election Commission is in the Constitution under Article 324, which gives the mandate to the Commission to, number one, deal with the voter list, and number two, to conduct the elections. And the election to the Parliament as well as election to the legislature of the state is conducted by the Election Commission of India. Now, under the Election Commission, as I told, there are, at the state level, there are chief electoral officers, like I am the one for Delhi. And under the chief electoral officers, there are district election officers in every district. We have about 700 districts in the country. And under them, we have the electoral registration officers. For every constituency, there are about 4,000 constituencies of the state legislature in India. So that many people are there. And these 1 million booths that I was talking about, in every booth there is a booth level officer. So that is the authority or the functionary who deals with the electoral rolls at the booth level. Now, our electorate comprises basically three types of voters. One is the general voter, second is the service voter, because we have a huge army and air force and navy, etc. Now, there is a special provision for their enrollment. And third is the overseas voters, because India has a huge diaspora. In more than 100 countries in the world, there are Indians living. So for their enrollment also, there are special provisions. And all this done, this enrollment services are provided online. So from anywhere, anybody can apply and get enrolled. During the election, there is a lot of enforcement activity that is done. So that is also a very major exercise. Lot of effort goes into training of personnel. Every single person who is deployed on election duty is trained in several phases. So about 15 million people are trained in several rounds. So that also is a mammoth exercise that we undertake. And then procurement of all the materials which are required for conducting the election at so many different locations, and preparing the polling parties and dispatching them on time. Today I was reading in the newspaper that one polling party in one state of India actually reached almost 1 month after the day of poll. They had gone there to conduct the re-poll, and because there was some difficulty, some problem at the time of actual poll, and after that the weather conditions they were taken there by helicopter. This was in Arunachal Pradesh, which is in the northeast part of India. And after they were placed there and they conducted the election, the helicopter could not go back because of the inclement weather. And for many days, and therefore they decided to walk down. And it took them almost a month to reach back to the destination. So these are the kinds of circumstances. When the election was going on, we also had a very powerful cyclonic storm Fani in Odisha and nearby areas, because of which also there was great challenges. So those kinds of challenges are also there. Logistics of conducting such a big exercise is itself a huge challenge. Then another very important thing that I want to share is that we use the electronic voting machines for conducting the election. At such a huge scale, we are using electronic voting machines. At every polling station, 3 machines are kept. One is the control unit, in which authorizes voting and in which the voting data is then stored. That is the control unit. And the ballot unit, on which the button is pressed in front of the name of the candidate to which you want to vote. And the third is VVPAT, which is a printer which prints your vote. Before this vote goes to the control unit and is registered there, the printer prints that vote. And you can see that for 7 seconds behind a glass screen, and then after 7 seconds it falls down, and then the vote goes to the control unit and is actually recorded there. And this printed slip, it falls into the drop box of that machine. And in case it is required, then you can count those slips also to validate. And actually, the Supreme Court of India, because 21 political parties had recently approached the Supreme Court of India asking for verification of the paper slips by counting them in 50% of all the polling stations. And the Supreme Court, after hearing all parties, decided that, okay, not 50%, but in every assembly segment, in every assembly constituency, those 4,000 that I was referring to, 5 polling stations printed votes will be counted. So in this election, we actually did that. And we found that out of all these slips that were counted, then when these were matched with the data, the results from the control units, there was no mismatch, not even in a single case. So the electronic voting machine system in India is very unique and very robust and very safe and secure. And it has been all the time demonstrated. There is always, it is a controversial subject in India. There is always some kind of a doubt expressed by the political parties, some of the political parties who, and it is actually a sort of a pattern that when a party loses the election, they will blame the EVM. and they will say that there is something wrong with the EVM or that the EVM has been manipulated, etc. So it is a controversy, but Election Commission of India had given an open challenge. They organized a hackathon and they gave a challenge to all political parties and every citizen that come and you demonstrate the hacking of this machine. And this challenge was not taken by anyone. So that is the kind of story around EVM that we have in India. Now, legislative framework, yesterday there was a mention. Actually, we have a very robust legislative framework, and that is why our system is so strong. And it has high credibility, high acceptability, and the Election Commission of India actually is an institution of great repute all across the globe. And they organize a lot of training for the EMBs of various countries. Also, they send observers to oversee the democratic elections in several other countries. The legislative framework that we have, apart from the provision in the Constitution, there is a Representation of People's Act of 1950 which deals with the voter lists, electoral rolls. And another Representation of People's Act 1951 which deals with the conduct of elections, everything dealing with the conduct of elections. Apart from these two, we also have another instrumentality which is called Model Code of Conduct. Model Code of Conduct is not a piece of law. Model Code of Conduct is not passed by any legislature. It is a voluntary agreement between all the political parties and the Election Commission of India that during election, from the day the election schedule is announced, from that day till the results are announced, in the whole period, every political party, every candidate, every public authority and media, they will abide by this code of conduct. So that is called the Model Code of Conduct. And whenever there is a violation by anyone, then action is taken. Actually, where does the force come from? The force comes from, because it's not a law, so you cannot enforce it actually. But the force comes from the moral pressure which is put by all the other stakeholders when somebody violates. And this is working very well. But if the violation is such that it also impinges on or it violates any particular provision of some law, then of course prosecution is done under that law as well. So this is another important feature of the elections in India. Then the court also has passed many judgments from time to time. Just I mentioned one regarding the counting of 5 VVPAT machines slips in every election, in every constituency. So that similarly there are many other pronouncements which have the force of law. What are the key principles on which the election is conducted in India, which are high priorities? These are like the mool mantras of the Election Commission. One is inclusive election. That the election should be inclusive in the sense that registration of voters should be inclusive. Everybody should be able to get in. Anyone who is more than 18 years of age, who is living in that area and is not otherwise disqualified by an order of the court, he has a right to become a voter by enrollment. And as I told you, enrollment is an online process. But because everybody is not equal, everybody doesn't have equal capability, ability, and there are some people who are marginalized in any society. So therefore, we make special efforts for the enrollment and for electoral participation in the election of certain categories of people. For example, third gender people. There was a lot of problem in their enrollment because of the mindset and because of the documentary requirements. It was not working out. So therefore, we made a special dispensation for the enrollment of such people. We roped in the civil society organizations, we mobilized this community, and all the transgender people, their enrollment is now facilitated. We did a special project for this in Delhi. Similarly, the persons with disabilities. Thirdly, Homeless people. I did a project in Delhi for homeless people, for enrolling them. They don't have an address. So because they don't have an address, it becomes very difficult for the electoral authority to enroll them. So therefore, we again made a special dispensation and we asked the enumerator, the BLO, to go to wherever this person sleeps in the night. He is homeless, but somewhere he is sleeping. So my officer will go there for 3 nights. And if he is found there on these 3 nights, then the enrollment is done. So such innovative procedures have been adopted in order to ensure inclusiveness, which is a mantra for us. The process is extremely electorate friendly. We have a website called nvsp.in. We have a mobile app called Voter Helpline app. So you can register as a voter, you can get a name deleted or get a name modified, etc. You can do it online. Similarly, we also have 1950 voter helpline to provide all the information and other services. We also have an SMS service. If you want to know whether your name is there on the electoral roll or not, you can send an SMS and within a few seconds you get the reply back. So we have leveraged technology in all its various dimensions. For the person with disabilities, we have a mobile app called PWD app. It is a fully accessible app. You may have any kind of disability. You can still use this very conveniently. It provides an opportunity to such people to enroll as a voter, also to mark themselves as persons with disability, indicating what specific disability they suffer from. Also placing requests regarding what facilities they need at their doorstep or at the polling station for facilitating their voting. We also make our polling stations, 1 million polling booths, fully accessible. We have a concept of AMF, that means assured minimum facilities at every polling station, which includes, apart from other things, a ramp, wheelchair, volunteers, sign language, braille. We also give braille voter card to the blind voters. And we keep a braille ballot paper with the presiding officer to help the blind voter to locate on which number at the ballot unit his candidate to whom he wants to vote is there. So all this facilitation is done and the election is made fully accessible. We also provided this in this election in Delhi. I provided pick and drop facility to every voter with disability, picking up from close to his residence, bringing to the polling station and dropping back. I also undertook a special project for facilitating the centenarian voters, those who are more than 100 years old, because actually the participation rate among such voters is very low generally because of obvious reasons. So we took a decision that every such voter I assigned one officer to. One officer would go there, will set up the time, on the day of election would escort this person in our vehicle and will felicitate, give a bouquet, also organize priority voting, and then take a selfie and upload on social media, and also then escort back to his residence. There were about 90 such voters in Delhi, and 51 of them actually voted, and they were very happy. Now, the other, I have told you about inclusive election, I have told you about accessible election. Another major concern for us is the ethical election. And in order to empower the citizens for making ethical election a reality, we have two things. Number one, we have given them a mobile app called C-Vigil. Now, C-Vigil is a mobile app by which you can take a photo or video if you are witnessing any violation. You take small video and you submit it. With it, we also get the GPS coordinates of that location. And immediately, within 10 minutes, our flying squad reaches there and collects all the evidence, because that is such a short period of time, you are very likely to get all the evidence there. So evidence is collected and report is submitted, and within 100 minutes, action is completed on the complaint. So that is the standard that we are using, and it is empowering the voters. And in this election, I received about 3,000 complaints through this mobile app, and 75% of those complaints were found to be correct, and action was taken within 100 minutes. So this is, these are the kinds of innovations that we have. We also have other apps. For example, voter turnout app. On the day of election, you can see what is the voter turnout of your constituency or your state or the whole country, etc. So that is also given. Then for the management of the election, for internal purpose, we have an app which is called Suvidha, on which the candidate management is done. The nomination forms are also put in the public domain. The permissions, whatever permissions a candidate needs, those are also given online through this app. And nominations are also filed online through this app. And on the day of election and after the counting, all the data is also transmitted through this app, so that everybody, whether it is media or my office or the election commission, everybody has access to the same numbers, and there is no confusion. So we are leveraging technology in a big way. There are many more things that I want to say. For example, we have an election museum in my office, and that is the only museum in the country, election museum, and I don't know how many election museums are there in the world. But this is becoming a very important nucleus for electoral education. And a lot of children are coming there regularly. Thousands of college students, school students, and a lot of foreign delegations also come, and they see this election museum. Then another important thing is that we have now decided that a model polling station will be set up at every district headquarters, so that this also can become a regular training location. Because every time we have to use so many people and put them on election duty, and they have to be trained. So we are now moving towards the concept of continuous training, periodical training. Even when the election is not there, people can be exposed to the training, so that their knowledge base and their skill set is continuously updated. So I will stop here, and if there are any questions, I will take those questions. But before that, this is our website, and all the voter awareness activity that we Thank you. Anyway, voter awareness forum. This is these are, see, we have a gallery on our website, Sweep Gallery. You can browse it whenever you have, if you have interest, whenever you have time. It will show all the various things that we do for electoral education. For example, this is in regional language about the importance of voting. We also have celebrities who are appointed as our state icons and national icons, and they also spread the message for the voter awareness, voter participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The largest democracy in the world. Maintenant, ça met fin à cette séance. Donc, je vous invite à suivre dès maintenant. J'ai une petite annonce à vous faire de logistique avant, Marie-Christine. Il y a eu un changement de salle pour l'Assemblée générale demain matin. Ce ne sera pas dans la salle ici, ce sera dans la salle des kiosques. Et ici, ce sera le séminaire sur les élections européennes pour les autres pays. Donc, dès maintenant, je vous invite à suivre Marie-Christine pour aller visiter les kiosques et rendre vos appareils d'interprétation en même temps.